everyone. It is a Wednesday. That means just one thing. It's time now for Supernatural News and Parashare here on the best in paranormal podcasting. This is Darkness Radio. I'm your host, Tim Dennis. You know something? I think I need a co-hostess. Yes, I said co-hostess. We had Travis in yesterday for Dumb Crime, Stupid Criminals. So we shall return back to the not only fairer but better gender. Ladies and gentlemen, let us bring in our co-hostess today. She is the queen of our paranormal. She is the siren of our supernatural. She is the one who rules our world. Ladies and gentlemen, here she is, Mallie Fox. Hi, Mallie.
Hello. She's the one freezing her ass off.
I know, right? Holy cow! What's the temperature over there? I like to play
Oh,
this game. Do you
I
know?
don't know.
I can tell you here by looking at my Alexa. I can't say her name because
You
she'll,
know what?
she'll appear like Joe Hendry.
Yeah.
Uh,
Let me turn my airplane mode off and I can tell you.
it's 10 degrees here. I can tell you that much.
Uh, it
It's
is. Well, it says it's 15,
oh
but I
yeah,
don't know what the wind chill is.
yeah. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. Wind chill is
Yeah.
like a state of mind. We're
Yeah,
gonna keep on
yeah,
that for the
that's
time.
true.
Yeah, wind chill's a state of mind. Bah
Yeah.
humbug. I mean,
All
it's
I know is just freezing.
mhm,
So,
mhm. Yeah, it's bad. So last night is a I'll give you a peek behind the curtain. You're a peek into my world.
uh-huh.
Uh, I was up incredibly late editing True Crime Tuesday.
Hmm.
So late, in fact, that I put the garbage out at 3:30 in the morning.
Oh,
Yeah, it was a little late. So as I'm putting the garbage out, I realized that not only is it incredible. I haven't told you this, Mallie.
okay.
I have a nocturnal bunny, which is a great name for a band.
Ooh, I do like that name. That'd be cute on a t-shirt.
Right, nocturnal bunny.
Hmm.
Um, I didn't know that bunnies were nocturnal.
I knew chinchillas were, but I didn't know about bunnies.
Yeah. So, and I think it's the same little bun bun who's been around our yard here for the last 5 years.
Okay.
And so, but boy, have I fattened her up. I didn't realize I had.
Oh.
Um, but she looks. I have a picture of her. She's a little chunk. But I didn't realize too when I leave the light on outside, she'll take up residence on the front step in the
Okay.
middle of the night. So I started putting out seeds at night for her now.
Okay.
Because at night, folks, here in the chilly state of Minnesota, it gets cold.
Yes.
Last night it was like 10 degrees below zero. That's air temperature.
Mhm.
That's not wind chill. And I all right, I have a heart of gold.
Did you make like a little fort or a like a little home for her, like a little shelter
I
on
I
your
don't,
porch?
I don't have a little because we have a four-season porch, so
Okay.
she has a little bed underneath there. So she's made her own little bed underneath it.
Okay.
She's got her own little shelter under there. So I think that's where she goes to sleep. But we have like what's called like a little. It's an old converted wooden dollhouse. It's called the nut
Okay.
hut, which is where all the seeds are. So there's a little
Uh-huh.
shelter, a little bit of a windbreak, so she can enjoy her seeds. And also the last couple of nights, I put out a little bit of fruit for her,
Okay.
so that there's some carbohydrates there to kind of, you know, because you need some food. You need some warm up food, right?
Right.
I mean, because otherwise you're just not going to survive. I mean, you're just not going to survive out there. It's just,
Right.
am I being too much of a bleeding heart?
No. Well, you don't have a problem with foxes, do you?
Oh, I forgot that they're out there too.
Because yeah, they like to break necks of bunnies.
Oh, jeez.
That's how they kill them. They shake them.
Forgot about
Yeah.
them. I don't know if we have too many of them here in our area. I'm going to pretend
Okay.
I didn't hear that. And
Sorry. That's
uh,
what I discovered at my mom's house. Like they have an issue with foxes.
I don't know if we
My
have
mom
them
and dad's
around.
house.
You know, I don't know. I don't know if we have them here. I, I, I don't know. I just know that maybe that's why this bunny sits out in the light so you can see him coming.
Yeah. They can see danger coming.
You can see danger coming, right? Maybe that's why. Maybe this bunny is smarter than I know, right?
Mm,
Because I don't know. I've never had a conversation with this bunny, to be honest with you. Although it does look at me when I look at it through the glass,
hmm.
and I because
Oh,
I've called it a few times and said, "Hey, got your seeds out here. You know, you can come on out." And then I'll close the door and it'll come hopping around the corner and come get its seeds.
oh.
But I've left it some blueberries and I've left it. Believe it or not, you can still get cherries at Target, so it likes cherries.
Oh, okay.
So I've got it some cherries, and the price of cherries have come down, thank God, because they were ungodly expensive. But yeah, I don't know. I know people are like, just start the show, Tim. Just stop talking
Right.
about the money. But yeah, but I was going to show you the picture of
Yeah.
this little bun. It's not a little bun. This thing, I think if any furrier saw this bunny, they'd come to my house and make it into a coat.
Ooh.
Yeah, this bunny's gotten quite huge. I think I've overstuffed the bunny much like I overstuffed Spud. I'm just trying to get to. Come on.
Yeah. Well, while you look for your bunny picture,
Here.
speaking of cherries,
Look at,
tart cherry juice, drink it before bed. It'll help you sleep.
yes,
Oh,
look at how stuffed I made
it's a
that.
chunker.
Yeah, little chunker, right? Look at how
Cute.
big that bunny is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I accidentally overstuffed the bunny. And that's a clearer picture of the bunny sitting on my stoop right there.
Gotcha.
And
Hmm.
doesn't she look like she's just, alert and looking for any predator that might come her way?
Yes.
She's like, all right, everybody stay away from my seeds.
Uh-huh.
I'm protecting them. Yeah. But she's just chilling, having a good
How do you
time.
know it's a girl?
Because I think this is the mama bunny that has the baby bunnies in the spring.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I think she's made this her permanent home because she knows that this is where the food is.
Okay.
Would you leave a place that gave you free food?
Psh, no.
See?
Belly up to the bar.
Right. And it's right out on my front step.
Gotcha.
So yeah, she doesn't leave. So I have a feeling that's her. Either that or one of her kids. And the original bunny I thought was the original bunny is probably passed. And this is the sire of the bunny. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm putting too much thought into it now. This is the crap I think about at 4 a.m. when I'm trying to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Well, drink your tart juice.
yes.
Cherry
Yeah.
tart.
Yep. Tart cherry juice. Yeah.
Yep.
I came across I think Travis and I have talked about it once before on the program. There's also a little thing called hyaluronic acid. I think you and I have talked about that.
Yes.
Yeah. Which may be why my eyes are red. I'm not sure. If you're watching on video, I look like a raccoon punched me in both eyes today. And I'm trying to figure out why that is. I'm allergic to something, but I'm trying to figure out what that is. But I feel darn good.
Mm-hmm.
Feel like
But
I
you
can
know
run.
what?
Well,
When I turned like 37, I went through this weird stage where my skin went wonky for like a year. It was the weirdest thing. And then it was fine. It was just like my body just decided to do something trippy.
Mhm.
It was like deodorant wasn't working, my skincare wasn't working, and then it was fine again. It was just like it was like I turned 37 and it just went, we're gonna screw you up. And
Yeah.
then
The winter wreaks havoc on me. It did this with my
Mhm.
grandfather too.
Okay.
So it runs in the family.
Hmm.
That's for sure. All right, we'll launch into this program. Here's what we got going on today, folks. Astronomers have detected a mysterious signal from the beginning of time. How did they do that? We'll tell you how during this program today. There's another new UFO movie coming out, and this time it's about the Roswell incident. You thought you were done with it? Nah, turns out we're not. We'll tell you more about that as well today. We've got a story today about how well, let's just say in that segment that Mallie doesn't like very much,
AI.
about how AI got its just desserts from two wee willy winkies, a cow and a Pikachu.
Two wee willy winkies.
Yep, a cow.
Oh, that's what you call it.
That's
Okay.
yeah, that's what you tell it. That's right. Also in the program today, we'll tell you about a time traveler. We got a time traveling story today. We've also got a Bigfoot and a Loch Ness monster story, and much, much more. And our palate cleanser today will tell you why it isn't just this generation or the last generation that was perverted. We go all the way back into time to tell you why they were a bunch of perverts back in the day. That's how we'll end our program today.
I'll just look at the walls of Pompeii. Hello.
Yep, right. Right. But we'll start it off today, Mal, by talking about a signal as old as time. The beginning of time. As a matter of fact, astronomers detected a mysterious signal from the beginning of time. A signal lasting just 10 seconds is thought to have originated from one of the most distant sources ever detected. 13 billion years ago, a huge star ended its life in a catastrophic explosion of extreme proportions, sending a high-energy gamma burst rippling through the cosmos. Now, after beginning its journey through the universe just 730 million years after the Big Bang, this burst of energy has finally been picked up here on Earth by astronomers. Named GRB 250314A. There will be a quiz at the end of this. Make sure you write that down, Mallie. Did you write it down?
No, I just wrote the date down for the podcast.
Oh. It is thought to have originated from one of the earliest known supernova explosions ever detected, an echo of an event that occurred near the dawn of time. It was picked up back in March by the Space Variable Objects Monitor, or SVOM, which is catchy. It just rolls right off the tongue. SVOM satellite. SVOM. Some mystery still remains, such as why this particular supernova seems so similar to much more recent examples, despite the expectation that early stars ought to be bigger and hotter than their later counterparts. You know why? It's because they're old. That's why they're not that hot, right?
Gotcha.
Maybe if they tried some of this hyaluronic acid that I'm on, making my eyes all red, maybe that.
Quit picking at your eyes, like rubbing them.
Stop
rubbing it.
Take a look. Oh. Isn't that horrible? It looks
worse with your glasses off.
I know, doesn't it? I should put my glasses back on, shouldn't I?
Jeez.
I know. Look at that. Isn't that
horrible? Stop rubbing it.
Well, I'm not, but they're nice and soft. I mean, this isn't flaky skin, I don't think. Is it flaking off?
No.
No.
It's kind of scaly from where I'm at, though.
It does, though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Am I going to die, Mallie?
God, I hope not.
If so, you're taking over the show, just so you know.
Oh, I don't think people want that.
Oh, you never know.
That's a lot of responsibility.
I'll tell you this much. Again, peeking behind the curtain. I'll just tell you this much. On Spotify, this show right here that we're doing right now, people just want to hear you. They don't want to hear me.
Yeah, shush.
It's true. This is the highest rated show of the week, is the show with Mallie. So people just want to hear you anyways. They don't want to hear
you.
Okay. Anyways, back to the story. There's only a handful of gamma ray bursts in the last...
Stop rubbing your eye.
No, I think I'm seeing a flake of something out of the corner of my eye. There are only a handful of gamma ray bursts in the last 50 years that have been detected in the first billion years of the universe, said study lead author Andrew Levin of Radboud University. Does that sound like one of those diploma mills, like Brown University, where I got... Yeah.
I always wonder if you could actually use that diploma for anything. Like, does it really, carry weight in getting a job?
Not worth the paper it's printed on. Yeah. You know what it got me? It got me a job in the middle of a cornfield, which I could have done. Doing what? Radio. Doing what? Being a concubine for a farmer. God, doing what? Doing radio, Mel. That's what it got me doing.
I wasn't thinking that. I'm like, what are you doing in the middle of a cornfield? I wasn't putting two and two together.
Doing radio, Mel.
I was thinking corn maze. I don't know where I was.
They don't do corn mazes except for Halloween. Anyways, they say this particular event is very rare and exciting. More signals, hopefully, from the beginning of the time coming. We had the first one, so now we'll get more.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know. Is there a particular signal you're looking forward to from the beginning of time?
Would be funny if you got the one. What's his name from the Hey You Guys?
Yeah. From was that Electric Company or Sesame Street? Or which show was that said Hey You Guys?
Well, I was kind of thinking Goonies. The guy with the the funky head.
Oh, yes.
What's his name?
Okay. Oh,
who eats the baby Ruths?
Yeah. No, see, now you got me thinking Toxic Avenger. It's all melding together. My 80s experiences are all melding together.
I should know this because this is Derek's favorite movie, and now he's going to kill me because I can't remember the name of it or the name of the guy. But
make me
But you know what I'm talking about, right? Where one eye is higher than the other.
Yeah. I see him in my mind's eye. And now we have a bunch of people yelling at their devices.
Right.
Yeah.
They're yelling his name.
Yeah.
Because the kid is. Oh shoot.
Crap!
I don't remember the guy's name.
Let's see here.
But
You know what?
Because he yells, "Hey, you guys."
I'm going to solve this in 2 seconds. Everybody's going,
Okay.
come on, you guys. It's so and so.
I know.
So, um, Goonies. Hold on. Stars. Okay, we're going to stars. We're going to
Yep.
IMDb. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
But I think "Hey, you guys" came from something else before that, though.
It did. Remember
Yeah.
uh back in the 70s, they used to
Yeah. Maybe it's from a PBS show.
it is from a PBS show. It's oh, for the love of God. Now I go to IMDb and I can't even get this.
This is so not supernatural news.
It isn't. Well, Goonies is kind of pop culture. So
Well,
we're
yeah.
sort of on topic, but we're not.
Yeah.
Love of God. It's not even.
Not, I was gonna say Munch. It's not Munch. Um, Crap. Oh my God. This is
Hold on.
awful. See, I can blame my womanly issues for brain fog. What's your excuse?
Uh, hold on. Hold on. Super Sloth?
Yeah, sloth, isn't
Sloth.
it?
Yeah. Hey, you guys. It's Sloth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Sloth. Hey, you guys. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Sloth. That took way too long to do.
Yeah. But then where did it originate from, though?
By the way, it's been 40 years since Goonies.
Get out.
Yeah, it has been. Been four. Electric Company. Hey, you guys was from Electric Company.
Oh, okay.
It was Electric Company. See here. In fact, I'm going to play it for you right now.
Okay.
You remember this?
See, I can't hear it.
Oh, I'm playing it over my microphone.
Okay. Because it's not coming across for me.
Oh, okay.
It probably is for everybody else.
Yeah, it's you
I
have
can't believe
you
I
have to be
forgot
really old
sloth.
to remember the Hey You Guys from Electric Company. I think you pretty much are collecting Social Security. If you remember that.
Or on the verge of collecting it. If you start early, if you collected at 62.
Probably like I remember playing that for my kids. Brr. Um, yeah, no, you know what I'm going to do if I can find it online. I will find the Electric Company Hey You Guys video and put it in the description of this program.
There we go.
So you guys can watch that. Hey, you guys. You guys remember the sloth? Hey, you guys from Goonies. Everybody
Yes.
that one.
Even though we couldn't remember his name.
Yeah, we couldn't remember Sloth's name, and that's brain fog.
Yes, because we're old. Because we're about to collect Social
That's right,
Security.
because we're about to collect Social Security. But speak for yourself. Uh, but but uh, but the electric company. Hey, you guys. Okay, fine. I'm about to collect Social Security. But the electric company, Hey You Guys, was where Sloth got that Hey You Guys from, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Because nothing was original with Spielberg, right? I mean, let's face it. He was stealing stuff left and right. Okay.
Was he?
Huh? Did I say that? I'm sorry. Did I? I didn't mean to say that. Did I say that? Well, I mean, let's face it. He borrowed a lot of stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't. What did he borrow?
Oh, come on. A lot of the stuff from Close Encounters was borrowed from old sci-fi movies from the 50s. And a lot of the stuff from there's some stuff from E.T. that was borrowed from other movies. Okay.
Really?
Yeah, he borrowed it.
Well, I didn't really watch a lot of sci-fi, like 1950s, 60s kind of stuff. So maybe that's why I don't know it's borrowed.
There's a lot of it that's borrowed.
Okay.
George Lucas and Steven Spielberg were huge fans of movies from the 50s and 60s and 40s, and Star Wars was the Darth Vader helmet was borrowed from Japanese culture.
Oh, see, now I did not know that.
Yeah, it was borrowed from Japanese samurai culture. I don't remember. Was it Kurosawa? I'm trying to remember. Again, we're going on tangents, and people are
Right.
They've thrown their device in the river now. But yeah, it's yeah. Today is the ADD version of
Right.
Darkness Radio and Super.
Yeah. Well, I heard Star Wars was better than the other ones because Lucas's wife was involved.
Yes, yeah, the first three. It's because
Yes.
she was editing. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
she edited scripts. She edited the actual films themselves,
Mm-hmm.
and it was only after they got divorced that the whole thing went to pot.
Yes.
So guys, let's keep that in mind. The ladies that run this thing, so can't do it without them.
Yep.
Yep. We that's why Darkness Radio works. Man,
Stop.
without the ladies, this thing falls apart. So there you go. Our next story: wormholes through space may not actually exist. Astrophysicists argue. Controversial story of the week. Are you ready for this?
Uh-huh.
Everybody says wormholes. Wormholes, of course, that's how we're going to travel through space. We just hit the wormhole, boom, we're on the other side of space. This is how, Mallie, we're going to find planets on the other side of the galaxy that we can eventually move to when we destroy this one. Right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Astrophysicists say not so fast.
Oh.
Because they probably don't even exist.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not even a thing. Wormholes may be a science fiction staple, but do they even exist at all in the real world? And if not, why not? Well, Enrique Gastanaga wrote an article saying that wormholes are often imagined as tunnels through space or time, shortcuts across the universe. But this image rests on a misunderstanding of work by physicists Albert Einstein and Nathan Rosen. In 1935, while studying the behavior of particles in regions of extreme gravity, Einstein and Rosen introduced what they called a bridge, which is a mathematical link between two perfectly symmetrical copies of space-time. It was not intended as a passage for travel, but as a way to maintain consistency between gravity and quantum physics. Only later did Einstein-Rosen bridges become associated with wormholes, despite having little to do with the original idea. But in new research, Gastanaga's colleagues and he show that the original Einstein-Rosen bridge points are something far stranger and more fundamental than a wormhole. The puzzle that Einstein and Rosen are addressing was never about space travel, but about how quantum fields behave in curved space-time. Interpreted this way, the Einstein-Rosen bridge acts as a mirror in space-time, which is a connection between two microscopic arrows of time. Quantum mechanics governs nature at the smallest scales, such as particles, while Einstein's theory of general relativity applies to gravity and space-time. Reconciling the two remains one of physics' deepest challenges. And excitingly, our reinterpretation may offer a path to doing this. The wormhole interpretation emerged decades after Einstein and Rosen's work, when physicists speculated about crossing from one side of space-time to the other. So most notably in the late 1980s when they were doing that research. But those same analysis also made clear how speculative the idea was within general relativity, which a journey is forbidden. The bridge pinches off faster than light could traverse it, rendering it non-traversable. Now, Einstein-Rosen bridges are therefore unstable and unobservable, according to mathematical and that they're mathematical structures and not portals. So really, they're not a physical thing. These are just math theories.
Okay.
Okay. Nevertheless, the wormhole metaphor flourished in popular culture and speculative theoretical physics. The idea that black holes may connect distant regions of the cosmos and even act as time machines inspired countless papers, books, and films. Probably most popular would be Star Trek. See, I've got Star Wars on the brain. I'm thinking of now all that other stuff.
Yeah.
But yet there's no observational evidence for microscopic wormholes, nor any compelling theoretical reason to expect them within Einstein's theory, while speculative extensions of physics, such as exotic forms of matter or modifications of general relativity, have been proposed to support such structures. They remain untested and highly conjectural. Now, again, that's according to this scientist who wrote this article. No one's ever taken a wormhole. No one's ever flown through a wormhole. No one's ever, taken that trip. And God love them if they have, because they haven't flown back to report it.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be interesting if they did. It'd be fun.
Uh-huh.
But again, we haven't seen it, and it's just a theory, Mel. It's just a theory.
Mhm.
That's for sure. Uh, I I don't know. There's a lot of things that we've again. This goes back to the whole Spielberg and making things up for the screen. Um, there's a lot of things we've taken from reality and turned into screenwriting stuff and fit for the screen that people just assume, well, it's got to be reality because I've seen it in a
Mhm.
movie, right?
Right.
Lightsabers. People think lightsabers are a real thing.
They do?
Yeah. Oh, you'd be amazed how many people think, oh, yeah, we can make that technology, or we're so close to that technology, or
Really?
oh, yeah,
Oh,
because
okay.
because you'd be amazed how many people think lightsabers. We're so close to making a lightsaber. Oh, you
Oh,
could do it. Yeah, you could do it. But do you know how physically impossible making a lightsaber would be? When you talk to a real scientist, I was watching a
right.
program once about making a lightsaber and how physically
Uh-huh.
impossible it would be. It's pretty funny, but yeah, I once watched on television a program on making a physical lightsaber, and how uh, you couldn't do it with the current technology,
Gotcha.
but yeah, it was pretty funny. I laugh at stuff like that, but yeah, it's good stuff now, that's for sure. All right, our next story, and wormholes too. I've even brought it up on this program to different scientists about, well, wormholes. How come we couldn't go through a wormhole? And then you see it, a scientific person say, well, the reason why wormholes and blah 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 blah. There's certain scientists that believe wormholes are real, but again, mathematical bridge.
Right. I just kind of put wormholes next to black holes. You know what I mean? Just kind of assumed, well, if a black hole exists, maybe a wormhole would exist.
Yeah, true,
Like in the same category.
true. This, however, may be something interesting that could be real. Scientists developed a universal language to help them talk to aliens. Now, will the aliens understand it? We'll find out. Even if we did happen to come into contact with intelligent extraterrestrials, how would we communicate with them? Well, scientists in Australia have come up with a novel new approach to the problem of communicating with alien life, and that is a universal language based on core mathematical principles. The unexpected inspiration behind the idea was the humble honeybee, a species that has independently developed its own unique and complex form of communication. If humans could find a language, that's in quotes, that can be used to communicate with bees, such as a system might also be able to offer us a way to speak to aliens as well. Because bees and humans are separated by about 600 million years in evolutionary time, we developed a very different physiology, brain size, and culture, said study co author Dr. Adrian Dyer, and he told that to Mail Online. To bridge the divide, the researchers decided to use mathematics, perhaps the closest thing that we can get to a true universal language, as it works the same everywhere in the universe. In a series of experiments, the team was able to demonstrate that bees can learn to solve basic addition and subtraction problems. Where were they when I was in school?
Yeah, right.
In exchange for sugar water. Oh, so you got to bribe them, but they'll do it.
Hmm.
And even have the ability to associate abstract symbols with numbers, effectively learning a primitive form of numerals. When we tested bees on mathematical type problems and they could build an understanding to solve the questions we posed, it was very interesting and convincing that an alien species could share similar capabilities, wrote Dr. Dyer. Now we know math can be solved by bees, and what a way to find out. We have a solid basis to think about how we try to communicate with alien intelligences. So, good news for your kids, Mel. Aliens will be able to solve their math problems. That's about all they can do.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. I never thought that would be the good news when it comes to meeting aliens. They can solve your math problems. There's another new UFO movie out there, Mallie, that is coming, and this time it's about the Roswell incident. Before I even get to this, I'm going to ask you this question. Do we need
Uh-huh.
another Roswell project?
No.
Okay, next story. Uh, I didn't know if we did or not. It seems we can't move for UFO movies these days. So it says here, and now yet another one is reportedly in the works. Late last year, we learned details about Steven Spielberg's upcoming movie Disclosure Day, which I think is going to be something completely different than what they're saying it is, as well as the news that Joseph Kosinski, the man behind recent hits such as Top Gun Maverick, is also working on a new movie on a similar theme. Now, according to reports, yet another director, Scott Cooper, is working on a new UFO movie. This time, the film will focus on the Roswell incident, the infamous case of an alleged alien spacecraft that was said to have crashed on a ranch in New Mexico before being covered up by the military. Cooper will be writing and directing the movie in collaboration with 20th Century. Right now, it isn't clear whether the film will be a straight up dramatization of the incident or if it will attempt to offer a new take on the mystery surrounding the case. What's interesting is that Hollywood's interest in the UFO phenomena seems to have come full circle since the 70s and 80s, with a string of high profile movies such as Close Encounters of the Third Kind and E.T. the Extraterrestrial when they hit cinema screens. Whether it's the recent congressional hearings on UFOs or it just happens to be a profitable subject to make films about it again, it seems that UFOs on the big screen are now back, at least for now. You know, I question um, whether that's I, if a straight up Roswell dramatization is profitable, there has to be something involving a timeline, someone entering the timeline and messing it up, or causing disclosure at that particular point. I think there's a twist to this. There's got to be
Okay.
some sort of twist to it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's a straight up Roswell movie. I really don't.
Gotcha. Okay.
I think they've messed with it in one way or another. I tell you what, we'll take a break here. When we come back, it turns out that three characters have gotten their revenge on AI. We'll tell you that story when we come back. This may be a happy day after all, Mallie.
Oh, well, that's good.
Happy day. A time traveler has made the news. We'll tell you about that. Or was it a time traveler? We'll discuss that when we come back. A man spotted a fast-moving Bigfoot in England's Cannock Chase. We've got that story today. A veteran Nessie hunter has offered his best explanation for the monster. We'll talk about that as well. Havana Syndrome is back in the news. We've got that story. And we'll end today's program by telling you why archaeologists in Sicily have found out that, yes, our ancestors were just as horny as we are in this day and age. The story is our palate cleanser today on Supernatural News and Parashare. By the way, we need your Parashares. Send them in. We can send them in one of three ways. You can do it by sending us a good old-fashioned email. We like those as well. Tim@darknessradio.com. Send them in that way. Two, we've got a little blue button. It's not the little blue pill. It's a little blue button. Keep your mind straight here, folks. Darknessradioshow.com. Click on that button. You can send us a voice note. You've got 2 minutes to do so. And if you need more than that, click, rinse, repeat. You get the idea. Three, if you got a studio like Mallie and I have here, you can send us a video. We'd love a video. We'd love to see your smiling face and tell us your story, your true story of encounters with ghosts, aliens, cryptids, whatever it is you've had an experience with. So do that. All right. When we come back, cryptids, time travel, and beating the heck out of AI. Yoo-hoo! In costuming. That's coming up next right here on the best in paranormal podcasting. This is Darkness Radio. Welcome back to the best in paranormal podcasting. This is Darkness Radio on a Wednesday. Mallie Fox and Tim Dennis with you. Supernatural News and Parashare. Mallie, you know what? I got one little bit of house cleaning here to do before we get to our stories.
Okay.
In case you haven't checked it out, go to darknessradioshow.com, go to the shop, and guess what?
What?
If you go there, there's all kinds of new Darkness Radio merchandise.
Ooh, what do you have? What do you have?
Well, we got the classic Darkness Radio double-sided tee that you've come to know and love. Of course, on the front you got Scully. On the back you've got we like to call it the Devil Angel microphone. That's the classic tee. People have been asking about it. When is it coming back? When are we getting it back? You got it.
Nice.
All right. But new to the lineup that I don't think you guys have seen in ever quite some time. There's a True Crime Tuesday t-shirt and hoodie.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's there as well.
Okay.
There's also what we like to call the deluxe hoodie on both sides, both Darkness Radio and True Crime Tuesday. So not only do you have your basic hoodie, but you have a deluxe hoodie. So you've got the one-sided hoodie, which has either the Darkness Radio logo or the True Crime Tuesday logo.
Okay.
Also on the sleeve, you've got a logo as well.
Nice.
And those deluxe hoodies are champion hoodies.
So they're comfortable.
They're comfortable.
Nice.
They're nice and warm for winter.
Ooh.
We've also got coffee mugs.
Okay.
Nice big coffee mugs. We have a True Crime Tuesday desk mat for you. And are you ready for this, my friend? I was thinking about you when I came up with this.
Uh-oh. Is it a stress ball?
Oh, no, we should have one of those, shouldn't we? All right, I'll look into that. That'll come up on the next round of stuff. A Darkness Radio Rocks glass. You can listen to old episodes of On the Rocks with Mallie Fox. And
what?
Yeah, a rocks glass. And have yourself a drink.
Okay, they don't want to listen to old episodes of On the Rocks with Mallie Fox. No.
Why?
Because those episodes are old, and you and I are just yip yapping. They're long episodes.
That's all right. There's nothing wrong with that. But to have yourself a little cocktail, and on the it's got a little Scully logo, and around the glass it says "Life is short. I'll drink to that."
Now that's cute.
There you go. So lots of little interesting things in there.
Yeah.
Lots of little interesting things in the store for you to.
You and I we need to start having little cocktails though when you and I do this podcast.
There you go. Because that'll make it a lot more interesting.
People think we veer off now.
Yeah, well,
wait till we start having a cocktail.
That's right. So that is all at darknessradioshow.com in the just go to the store to go.
Especially since you and I don't drink much.
True. Started during this show would be very, very interesting. That's for sure.
Oh, Lordy.
Yeah. So there you go. Some interesting merchandise. See, there's other little goodies in there. So yeah. Put around in there.
Oh, fun. I like this. I like how you have new stuff.
There you go. We'll also have some anniversary wear coming up in there too as well. So
very cool.
The logo shored up so we can offer that. So yeah. So finally,
I like it.
I've been promising it for all this time. It's in there. Like Prego, it's in there. Wait, or is that Ragu? I'm trying to remember. Is that Prego or Ragu?
Do they even do commercials for those anymore? For tomato sauce?
Yeah. Yeah, they have Ragu commercials. I think now it's like a bunch of old ladies fighting over tomato sauce with the Ragu commercials. I think that, if I remember right, the last time I saw a Ragu commercial, they're like fighting over tomato sauce.
Gotcha.
I don't know if that's how you want to sell Ragu, but
yeah.
But that's what
at least it's not though. Where's the beef?
Oh my God, that is such an old ad. Do you realize?
You know what? The other day I was taking the kids to school and I said, "Punch it, Margaret," and they were like, "Huh?" That's a Wendy's commercial.
It is.
Yep.
Do you know how old that ad is?
No, I go, "Punch it, Margaret." Because I was picking up speed.
That ad is like 30, 35 years old.
I know, but it just came out of the blue. My kids are like, "Yeah, okay, Mallie."
What's a punch it, Margaret?
I know.
Are you punching Margaret?
Wendy's.
What did Margaret ever do to you?
Yeah, but it was that little old lady.
Oh,
punch it, Margaret.
Punch it, Margaret. Goodness.
Where's the beef?
All right, I suppose we should get into this.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Nostalgia.
Here comes the theme. It's time for our AI news. We'll start it off with this story, Mel. No one verified the evidence. A woman says an AI-generated deepfake text sent her to jail. Take me to jail. Did you ever think a deepfake text could send you to jail?
No.
Go to Philadelphia, where courts are now facing a growing threat: AI-generated deepfakes. Melissa Sims said her boyfriend created fake AI-generated texts that put her behind bars. It was horrific, she said. Sims said she spent 2 days of hell in a Florida jail. I've heard of spending 2 days of hell in Florida, but not a Florida jail.
Yeah.
It's like you see in the movies. Orange is the New Black, she said. I got put into like basically a general population. It's not like a general population. It is general population. You're either in Gen Pop or in solitary, one or the other.
Right.
Her story made headlines in Florida. Sims and her boyfriend had recently moved there from Delaware County, Pennsylvania. She said her nightmare began in November of 2024 after she called the police during an argument with her boyfriend when she said he allegedly ransacked her home. Next thing I know, I'm looking at him and he's slapping himself in the face, she said. She said he also allegedly scratched himself. When police arrived, they arrested her for battery. As part of her bond, the judge ordered Sims to stay away from her boyfriend and not to speak to him. Fast forward several months, and she said her boyfriend created an AI-generated text that called him names and made disparaging comments. I end up getting arrested for violating my bond, she said. No one verified the evidence. Judge Herbert Dixon says Sims' ordeal is one of increasing frequency. Several years ago, it started out with just fake audio recordings, he said. Now it's gotten to the point of fake video and fake images being produced. Dixon is a senior judge on the Superior Court of District of Columbia. He also serves as a member of the Council on Criminal Justice alongside former Philadelphia Police Commissioner Charles Ramsey. Its mission is to advance policy in the criminal justice system. One of the things we're trying to do is develop a framework for the responsible use of artificial intelligence, he said. He believes prosecutors and police need to do a bit more due diligence in this age of AI before they bring charges. Drexel University professor Rob D'Ovidio teaches AI forensics. This is scary to say, but we're no longer going to be able to trust that which we see in front of us, he said. He said AI-generated video, texts, and other evidence can be difficult to spot. AI is simply getting too good. The challenge is the detection tools are not keeping up with those capabilities, he said. That in itself is scary.
Very.
As an example, he created an AI-generated photo to show the people who wrote this particular article. He inputted into 3 different well-known AI detection software programs. All 3 spit back different results that range from 1% to 62% probability of the photo being synthetic or AI generated. The standard nowadays is we trust unless proven otherwise, right? I think we have to flip the script and distrust until we verify, he went on to say. As for Sims, her story has a happy ending. After 8 months of legal wrangling by her attorneys, prosecutors dropped the bond violation charge against her, and last month she went to trial on the battery charge and was acquitted. Sims shared her story of her journey to advocate for a new law to create AI evidence standards and evidence standards and penalties. If this can happen to me, it can happen to anyone, she added. In July, Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro signed a new digital forgery law that makes it a felony to create AI deepfakes that injure, exploit, or scam in the state. WPVI-TV reached out to Sims' ex-boyfriend, but has not heard back. I don't think they're going to hear back from her ex-boyfriend. I think he's going to be in the wind, so to speak. So
that is so scary, especially if you had a psycho ex. Ugh.
Yeah, that's
you and I both had psycho exes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's but mine's dead.
Oh. Not gonna lie, Mal, I cringe a little bit every time you say that. But you're like, but he's dead, and I'm like, Do you think on the other side he's like, I'm sorry, Mallie. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But you just can't hear it.
Sometimes I think so, and sometimes I'm like, he's the type that would haunt me. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Because he did some, yeah.
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 I got to think, maybe, I don't know. This is just my look at it, my little Pollyanna look at it.
Yes.
Maybe he's stripped that negative personality when he crossed over,
I hope so.
and he's a more loving, forgiving person, more loving, caring person, and is
It's good
just
to be positive.
please forgive me,
Yeah.
and I'd like to move on.
It's good to think positive. Yeah.
Or maybe he's burning in hell. I don't know. No.
No, I don't think that.
No, I don't think
No,
so.
I don't
But,
think so.
but
Yeah. Mm.
it's just unfortunate to go through stuff like that.
Yes, for anybody. Anybody. I don't wish it upon anyone.
Right. Meanwhile, the story I think we've all been waiting for is finally here, Mallie.
Okay.
A defenseless Uber Eats robot is thrown into a bush by two wee willy winkies, a cow, and a Pikachu. Finally, we have our revenge. I may actually post this because there's video with it. Only 2 days after the first robots went out delivering takeaway for Uber Eats, one of them was attacked near a Weatherspoons popular with students. Attaboys. The robot was filmed being surrounded by at least 7 people dressed in costumes for a night out and tipped over on its side on a Saturday evening. People shouted and jeered as the robot let out a piercing alarm, which, it has feelings.
I feel bad.
Do you really know? I mean, it's a robot.
I kind of do. I mean, what did it do to them?
Try to deliver food.
I'd be pissed off if I'm waiting for my food, though. Be like, come on.
Yeah, that's true. Somebody didn't get their order. That's the downside. But it is a robot. It needs to go.
Mhm.
That's a job. Germs. So yeah, it's a job it took away from the human. So people shouted and jeered as the robot let out a piercing alarm, which stopped when it was put the right way back up again. So it was temporary. It didn't really feel any pain. It was just letting you know that it was on its side. But the lull did not last for long, as it was then lifted up by 2 people, including a man dressed as a cow with udders. So, just for the job you want, not for the job you have. The pair appeared to lose their grip on the heavy robot, and it fell heavily onto the pavement, where it was left dumped in a hedge, where someday we'll all end up. The robot, which was on its way back to base after making a delivery. Oh, so it did deliver the food.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, so it just was made trash afterwards. Was damaged during the incident, and footage of it being attacked will be handed over to police and universities, I guess, for study. I don't know why it's being handed over to universities. The incident happened on Headingley Lane near Weatherspoons in Leeds. So this was over across the pond, which is a popular student area. Headingley is known for the infamous Otley Run, which is a pub crawl to the town center, often done in fancy dress, which is seen as a rite of passage for students. While the robots are well established, bringing people groceries from Co-op in Leeds, delivering evening takeaways in the pub crawl area might be a temptation too far. A fleet of 15 began operating for Uber Eats in the Headingley, Burley, and Hyde Park areas of the city, which is the first city in Europe. They're doing so. Ahead of the launch, Starship's Vice President Lisa Johnson told Metro that incidents of vandalism of the robots were very, very rare. Evidently not anymore. People like the robots. They're cute, she said. You get the odd incident here or there where somebody messes with the robot, especially near university campuses, but it's so much less than you think. People treat them like pets or toddlers, the way they look after them. By the way, they do say the robot is a little shaken. How they know, I don't know. I don't know if they did an interview or
Uh-huh.
If they fed it, I don't know. What do you feed a robot when it's shaken? Do you give it a cheese stick or oil or
Yeah, I have no idea.
read
That's
it
scary though if it has feelings, because you said it doesn't.
read it a bedtime story?
Hmm.
Ms. Johnson, who lives in Leeds, said sadly some overexuberant revelers decided to cause the robot some mischief on Saturday night. The robot suffered some damage and is a little shaken. We're giving it a couple of days recovery time to get it fixed up, but it will be back making deliveries, festive deliveries soon. It was on its way home from the night to charge, so no one missed out on a delivery. By the way, if you want to see what these things look like, they look like, you know what they look like? They look like igloo coolers on wheels.
Okay, okay. I've seen those before where they get stuck and
Yeah.
people have had to like help them over a curb or
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Uh, I want to know exactly how shook the thing actually got. I mean, did it squee like R2D2 and you had to, you know, pet it and oil it and pat it with a bee?
Yeah.
I mean, what do you do? I just can't imagine it's that shook. It's a machine, right? All right, we'll move on to other stories here. That was just our little AI news segment. That just wanted to keep you kids updated.
Uh-huh.
Make sure you're fully armed and ready for the coming apocalypse. Ah, I love that segment.
I do not.
I know, but it makes me laugh.
Hmm.
I have an interesting story here, Mallie, which I actually got from a couple of people out there. Which, by the way, thank you, folks, for sending in your stories. If you have stories here for Supernatural News, you can send it in to Tim at darknessradio.com, and I greatly appreciate those of you who do so. This one comes to us from our friend in Canada, Angela. So thank you, Angela, so much for sending this in. And it's kind of a funny one. I mean, not funny, not ha funny, but
Right.
funny as in what the funny.
Okay.
A man is arrested after attempting to board a flight with his dead wife in a wheelchair. I don't know if you heard this story
No, I did
last week.
not.
You didn't hear this one?
Uh-uh.
Okay. I know some people may say, well, why isn't this on Dumb Crime, Stupid Criminals? Mainly because it's bizarre. I mean, uh, who decides they want to fly with their dead wife? Although I'm having a bit of an issue with it coming up here, maybe because the story itself is dead.
Was he
Um,
trying to board first?
well, an elderly man was arrested after allegedly attempting to board a flight with his deceased wife. The incident occurred during routine security screenings at Tenerife South Airport when the 80-year-old man tried to pass through a metal detector with his wife seated in a wheelchair. This is according to the Irish Star. Airport staff became concerned after noticing the woman was unresponsive. Security personnel determined that the woman was not breathing and had an unusually low body temperature. The man initially told authorities that his wife had died several hours earlier inside the airport. Irish Star reported that the airport operator, I believe, is it AENA? AENA? Confirmed the incident, which occurred several months ago, and said no similar cases have been reported since. Emergency protocols were activated and with the area secured, and senior security staff and emergency services were notified. Local authorities said an investigation is ongoing to determine the circumstances surrounding the woman's death. What is going on in your brain that your wife is gone and yet you still have to make that flight?
Was he just thinking, just get me home and then we'll deal with it?
Maybe he was, maybe that's the case. Maybe
You
he was,
know?
I just need to get her home so I can bury her. I don't know.
Hmm.
Maybe it's too expensive to have her processed wherever it is you're at and then have her
Right.
flown home. Maybe that's the thing.
Yeah,
Maybe he doesn't have the
probably.
money.
Yeah.
Maybe he just thinks maybe if I could just wheel her, put her in a seat, get her home. I don't know. I don't know what the thought is there.
Yeah.
I mean, it
Hmm.
is quite expensive to inter someone and then try and fly them.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
ship them
that's the thing.
home. Yeah. A lot of red tape too, probably.
But you
Or
have to,
not red tape, but you know what I mean, like a
yeah,
lot of paperwork.
but you have to do it one way or another.
Yeah.
you know?
Mm,
So, I mean, whether you do it when you get home or whether you do it in a foreign city, you've got it,
right.
you know, I don't know, but I mean, it's a bizarre story. I just
Yeah.
can't imagine flying with someone who's deceased,
Right.
whether you know them or not, whether they're a loved one or not. That's a bizarre story.
Yeah. 'Cause they start to smell, not to be rude, but
No, but that's true. Yeah. So I'll ask the question: the Mister passes away. Do you put him on a plane and bring him home?
no.
No. Is there any amount of grief that makes you think I can't leave him behind? I need to take him with me?
I mean, the guy was 80. I mean, I could see him just saying, just gonna bring her home.
Do you think it's a grief thing?
I don't know. Maybe, maybe that's how he just kind of goes on automatic, just kind of like pilot, just kind of, you know,
Because
just get her home. Just,
I can totally see it being a grief thing. I mean, there's
yeah,
a lot of guys that are lost without their wives, you know? And
yeah,
it's just, I don't know what to do without her. So
yeah.
I just need to get her home, type deal.
Mm-hmm.
There's that too. So
Mm.
interesting story. This next headline says, I traveled in time walking down haunting UK street, and I'm not the only one. Bold Street in Liverpool, we're going to England, has become famous for a mysterious time slip experience, with visitors reporting seeing the street transform into different decades since the 1990s.
Hmm.
So imagine walking down the street and just going through a time slip as you're doing so. One historic street is renowned for one particular time slip tale from decades past, yet visitors continue to report bizarre occurrences to this day. Bold Street, which is nestled in Liverpool's heart, harbors numerous ghostly stories, though these differ from your typical looming spectral figure. The most celebrated account includes a guy named Frank. This alias was coined by paranormal researcher Tom Slemen, who is celebrated for his Haunted Liverpool series. He penned in a report, I get asked about this case all the time, he reported to the Express. A man who I call Frank at the time, to hide his identity, visited the city center with his wife in July of 1996, and she went to Dylan's bookstore, which later became Waterstones. And Frank went to look at a CD in Our Price, which is a music store near Central Station. When Frank went to meet his wife at Dylan's, he was taken aback to find the bookshop had morphed into a department store named Cripps. And Bold Street seemed to have slipped back into the 1950s, judging by the old-fashioned attire of passersby and the vintage cars. A boxcar sporting the Kaplan's logo nearly knocked Frank off his feet. And as he tried to make sense of the scene, he bumped into another 1990s time traveler, a petite 20-year-old lass named Emma. She was clad in a lime green top, black hipsters, and toted a Miss Selfridge bag. Both she and Frank peered through the windows of Cripps, spotting handbags and women's shoes. Suddenly, 1996 snapped right back into place. Cripps reverted back to Dylan's. Frank asked Emma if she too had had that temporal shift, to which she responded with a puzzled nod. Yeah, I thought it was a new shop that had opened. I was going to look at the clothes, and now it's a bookshop. They stood there, rooted in front of Dylan's bookshop, both coming to grips with their brief journey back in time. Yet Frank was probably not the first person to encounter a time slip on Bold Street, and he certainly won't be the last. A flood of comments emerged on an AI-generated image depicting a Bold Street time slip with Liverpudlians sharing. Is that the term from Liverpudlians? Liverpudlians, sharing tales of the phenomenon or their own strange experiences. One lady, Irene Morton, shared, I experienced a time slip on Bold Street in 1971. I know it seems unbelievable, but it was real, and the people from the other time could see me too. The answer may well lie in the street's unique structure. Bold Street boasts an extensive underground maze of walls and waterways, according to the BBC. In 2001, an extraordinary discovery uncovered well within one of the underground formations. The History Museum of Liverpool declared it one of the greatest finds in Liverpool city centre. Archaeologists dedicated 3 weeks to the excavation, unearthing clay pipes and porcelain fragments. Today, visitors can explore Ye Old Wishing Well within Jeff's premises. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Have you ever experienced a time slip, Mel?
No, I haven't, but I do find it fascinating.
I do too, especially a shared time slip like that.
Mm-hmm.
Be able to look
Yeah.
at somebody and go, "Did you just feel that? Did I just see what I actually saw?"
Right. Yeah. Because there's that famous one about the two, I think they were teachers, the one in Versailles,
Mhm.
where they had the time slip and they think that they saw Marie Antoinette.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I find that stuff fascinating,
Mm-hmm.
and to know that you didn't imagine that, right?
Right.
That happened, and that you both went through it, but to not. I mean, I know we can be as skeptical as we want to be and say, "Well, why didn't you pull out your phone and take a picture?" Well, how are you in that brief time where you've got
Right.
just seconds and it like a wave washing over you? How are you going to think to pull out your phone and take pictures?
Right.
Right. And even if you do, who's to say that the phone doesn't revert back when you go through the time slip?
True.
Who's to say that it doesn't hold that image,
Mm-hmm.
that it doesn't revert back?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, who knows? Right. Do you think it would hold the image?
It'd be cool if it did.
It would be.
But I would think I would think that someone would have already done it though by now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've taken a picture
Right. Yeah.
and have posted it or have shared it
Yeah.
if it was possible.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be something to have a time slip and run into a relative you knew that you knew of at that time? Like, say you ran
Uh-huh.
into a grandparent at that time,
Mm-hmm.
at the time of the time slip. So you're like, let's just say, for instance, I'm over in Robbinsdale.
Right.
I go through a time slip. I run into my grandfather and I know it's him, right? I just feel I know it's him.
Mm-hmm.
But then boom, boom. And I just happen to have the phone out and I have the camera and take that picture.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be something?
Mm-hmm.
And it sticks.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd love to have an experience like that,
Yeah.
but I guess one can wish, right? Wish in one hand, do something else in the other. All right, our next story. A man spots a fast moving Bigfoot in England's Cannock Chase. We've talked in past episodes about British Bigfoot and whether British Bigfoot is out there, but a father of three has reported seeing a strange creature in an area notorious for unusual sightings and phenomena. Situated in rural Staffordshire, England, the area of countryside known as Cannock Chase has gained something of a reputation over the years of being home to all manner of weird and disturbing things. Both visitors and locals alike have reported everything from UFO and paranormal phenomena to sightings of strange creatures wandering through the woods. This latest example comes courtesy of a man who had been out walking there with his partner on New Year's Day when he caught sight of a large, broad, and upright beast moving at great speed. Describing the animal as being 7 to 10 feet in height, he now believes that it could have been some type of Bigfoot creature similar to that of being seen in the Himalayas and the forests of North America. I turned suddenly and thought, what the hell was that? And as a large figure appeared out of nowhere, he recalled it moved at a speed along the lower ditch and disappeared as quickly as it had appeared. There was no sound, no trace of anything, but I had sensed and seen a broad, upright figure. This happened a few yards next to me, but it didn't feel scary, just strangely calm. My partner was 20 yards ahead, and she hadn't seen a thing. Our dog in between us didn't react either. His experience at Cannock Chase is by no means unique. There have been numerous sightings reported there over the years. Whether a strange creature really lurks there or whether there is a more conventional explanation for such encounters remains unclear. For some reason, that doesn't shock me that he had had that experience and there was no reaction from the dog or the partner.
Mm-hmm.
It to me, it just seems whether it be ape or dimensional creature that these things can be that silent and not trigger anything, right? Especially if it doesn't mean any harm. Don't you?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I agree with you.
Yeah,
I'm not surprised.
it just seems to me that if they want to move silently, they could do so. It wouldn't trigger anything necessarily. Um, a veteran Nessie hunter is offering his best explanation for the monster. It turns out that 76-year-old naturalist Adrian Shine has been investigating the Loch Ness Monster for more than 50 years. There are a few cryptozoological enigmas as well known as Nessie, the nickname for a large aquatic dinosaur-like creature said to lurk in the gloomy depths of Scotland's most voluminous loch. Despite sightings dating back centuries, the precise identity of the creature or creatures in the loch has never been determined, resulting in the mystery that endures to the present day. One man who has spent most of his life looking for answers is Adrian Shine, a naturalist who's moved from England to the Scottish Highlands in 1973 due to the lure of the Loch Ness Monster mystery. In 1987, he headed up a major sonar exploration of the loch, which saw multiple boats scan the water for signs of any large or inexplicable shapes lurking beneath the surface. Sadly, his team didn't find anything, but the mystery still remained. Today, after a lifetime of searching, Shine maintains that many sightings of the Loch Ness Monster can perhaps be best explained by way of an optical illusion caused by boat wakes. When a vessel is coming toward you, Shine went on to say, it is obvious what the wake is. You see it spreading out from the sides of the vessel approaching you, or indeed going away from you. But if it is going across your front, it's quite different. You see the individual wake train, the individual wavelengths as solid back bumps. They will be short and many for a vessel moving slowly, and they will be longer and fewer as the vessel gathers speed. The wavelengths can be almost continuous, and it is a fascinating illusion. It is very compelling, he goes on to say. Boat wakes? But where's the boat? I mean,
Right.
Right? I mean, what about the ones where you get the really good picture of one hump out of the water and it's just one hump and you don't have other, I mean, boat wakes, you've after a while become choppy waves, right? And just choppy waves. I mean, you know how boat wakes work, right, Mel?
Yeah.
How do you explain just the one hump in the water where there's no other? I mean, wakes have a series of waves.
Yes.
I don't get that. I like that he took a shot at it.
Right.
I don't besmirch him much about it. I mean, Mr. Shine has been on this planet for many, many years. He's seen everything, right? I mean, he'd know probably better than I would, but I don't know. I guess we'll keep searching, right? All right, we've talked Havana Syndrome on this program quite a bit. Havana Syndrome intrigues me because I really do believe that there are entities on this planet working for different governments that are using different technologies to try to get at other spy agencies.
Okay.
Mind you, they're not trying to get the average person. I don't think that, average people are involved in what's going on with Havana Syndrome, but I think the idea of using a weapon to try and cook other spies from inside or trying to scramble brains or doing, whether it's microwave technology or RF technology, I think is a very real thing. If, I have a friend who was a engineer, and you see a lot of radio engineers that die young. I mean, they die young from working on towers and working with a lot of RF energy. You also see a lot of people in the music business, roadies and technical people that die from cancer, from dealing with high RF energy, a lot of RF energy, leaking RF energy.
Okay.
It's a cancerous thing and it's damaging. But there's something about using this energy in a targeted way, concentrated way, and using it to make people sick that I think is being used by nations that can't get a hold of bigger technology to do bigger damage.
Okay.
Well, now the Pentagon obtains a device, or they say they've obtained a device connected to Havana Syndrome and the mystery behind it. The U.S. government has acquired a device that may be responsible for years of unexplained symptoms, which could be a huge breakthrough for people who say they've been suffering with Havana Syndrome, but yet have been denied by the government any coverage, medical coverage for this stuff. The true nature of Havana Syndrome, which is named after a spate of suspected attacks which began in Havana, Cuba back in 2016, has remained something of a mystery for the better part of the decade. Victims of the phenomena typically report symptoms such as fatigue, headaches, and nausea, as well as debilitating long-term health issues that have proven difficult to treat. Official investigations have yielded somewhat mixed results, with some implying that the symptoms could be psychosomatic and others favoring an attack by foreign directed energy weapons. Now, though, reports have emerged suggesting that the U.S. government have actually obtained a sample of the type of device thought to be responsible for the phenomena. The device, described as being around the size of a backpack, was purchased back in 2024 by the Department of Homeland Security's Investigations Division. It is reportedly designed to be portable and contains components manufactured in Russia. The Pentagon has since been testing the device for over a year, with investigators maintaining that it is capable of inducing the same symptoms reported by sufferers of Havana Syndrome. So far, the full findings have not yet been published, but if these reports are true, then it is not only explaining the phenomena, but also suggests that a foreign country is responsible for it. The question that we're left with now is who's been operating the devices and why. No doubt that we'll hear a lot more about it over the coming months. That's incredibly scary. It was always thought that these devices were done out of a van, or they were done out of some sort of mobile unit, or maybe it was shot across, great distances. But it turns out that this is a pinpoint device, Mallie.
Yep.
That this is something you can walk around with. It's mobile.
Right. That is such a tiny. Yeah.
Yeah. That's scary.
Yeah. Very.
Yeah. I don't like to think about that. All right. We're going to turn our attention to Egypt real quick. And Dr. Zahi Hawass, the director of antiquities over there, has been on a mission to try and find Queen Nefertiti. And he claims that he is that much closer to finding Queen Nefertiti's tomb. The man is often described as the real-life Indiana Jones, has spent years trying to excavate Egypt's desert sands looking for Queen Nefertiti. Famed for her beauty, Queen Nefertiti was a prominent figure in ancient Egypt's 18th dynasty and reigned for years alongside her husband, the pharaoh Akhenaten. When he died, some experts believe that she may have continued to rule for a time under the name, oh boy, that's a name. I'm going to skip that name, I'll tell you that.
Before, a lot of syllables.
Yeah, I believe it is Neferwatan, I believe is what it is. But you can correct me there at home. I'm sure you will. Before the young Tutankhamun took over. Over the years, there have been many efforts to locate the tomb of Queen Nefertiti. But so far, archaeologists, I think I've been drinking out of that rocks glass.
Uh-huh.
I think the Benadryl I took is starting to hit me.
Yeah.
But so far, archaeologists have been unable to conclusively determine the whereabouts of her remains. One man who has been hell-bent on finding her tomb is archaeologist and Egyptologist Dr. Zahi Hawass, formerly of the Egyptian Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities. Speaking in a new documentary about his life entitled The Man with the Hat, Dr. Hawass, that's not a very good name for a documentary, The Man with the Hat.
Yeah.
Wasn't that a wasn't that the guy who led Curious George around?
Yep.
The man
Uh-huh.
with the hat.
Yep.
He was the man with the yellow hat.
Yes.
That's a horrible name for a documentary. Dr. Hawass maintains that he is close to finding Nefertiti's tomb and that he has narrowed down its location to a small region in the east or to the east of the Valley of the Kings. The quote here is, if I made this discovery, I think I would be happy to end my career with the most important discovery of the most important queen of Egypt, Queen Nefertiti, he went on to say. This will lead to the greatest discovery of the century. Hawass isn't the only archaeologist out there to find the tomb either. Back in 2015, Nicholas Reeves indicated that there could be a hidden chamber behind the walls of Tutankhamun's tomb in which the mummy of Nefertiti might be found, which at the time led to renewed interest in the search. Sadly, though, scans of the tomb seem to discount the presence of such a chamber. With time running out for Hawass, it remains to be seen if he can succeed where others have failed. The Man with the Hat is available to watch right now on Apple TV and Amazon Prime Video in the US. Don't put the word yellow in there anywhere. You're going to get a Curious George movie. Although I think Curious George used to be one of my favorites as a kid. So tonight, I'm going to put the Man with the Yellow Hat in. See what I can find.
Have some bananas.
Yes, I'm gonna have a banana. Actually, I like raisins. I think I might have some raisins. Watch the Man with the Yellow Hat. That'd be fun. I don't know about you, Mel, but I'm all up for it. Let's see here. Got a couple more here before we get to our palate cleanser. Interesting story here about Leonardo da Vinci and a DNA sample potentially obtained from his artwork. If you could clone Leonardo da Vinci, would you?
That is a good question. I mean, he was very talented.
And would you have him paint you like one of his French girls? I mean, or like the Sistine Chapel.
But you know what? Cloning, though, is such a tricky topic. You know what I mean? I don't think we should clone people.
Okay, so I'll go off on a tangent here for a second. Do you agree with Tom Brady cloning one of his dogs? He really was grief stricken at the fact that he was losing his dog, so he had his dog cloned, and now he has.
I know, because if I was given the chance to clone one of my pugs, I mean, I might have done it, but I just think if you start cloning even animals, it could lead to something not very good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that. I get that. I don't know. I don't know.
But I mean, the clone will never be your dog. You know what I mean? If you clone your dog, it's not going to be that dog that passed.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Seems unnatural.
Yeah. I just see so many things going wrong.
I don't think I could ever clone Spud or Indy.
Yeah.
I mean, they're their own little guy, right?
Yeah.
Gotta let them be who they are. You gotta let them go when it's their time.
Yeah.
It's just how it is, right?
Yeah. So yeah, you shouldn't be cloning. Yeah.
But Leonardo da Vinci, there was a one of a kind, right?
Yeah. And what if you clone him and then that clone doesn't have the artistic capability that, Leonardo da Vinci had? You know what I mean? What if he didn't have the talent?
It's a good point.
Clone.
Maybe you're one little strand off, and maybe he becomes the greatest quarterback ever, and then Tom Brady gets pissed off and then has to come out of retirement, and then you got a duel going. You never know. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up now. But this DNA sample was potentially obtained from his artwork, which I find a little bit fascinating. Scientists have successfully acquired a DNA sample from one of the Renaissance era's maestro sketches. One of the greatest ever minds, Leonardo da Vinci, was not only a genius, but a skilled artist as well, creating multiple works of art that remain among the most celebrated in history. But now an intriguing discovery has been made that could provide the first concrete genetic insights into the man himself. A DNA sample retrieved from one of his pieces of art. The sample came from a red chalk sketch known as Holy Child. though there is a snag. We don't know for sure if Da Vinci actually created it, nor do we know for sure if the sample is actually his.
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah. So you'd almost have to harvest it to find out,
Mm-hmm.
right? That said, an analysis has shown similarities between the sample and that retrieved from a letter penned in the 15th century by Frosino di Ser Giovanni da Vinci, who is one of Leonardo's relatives. So there is a similarity in genes, which means it could be him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This leaves the tantalizing possibility that the sample from the drawing could indeed be his. According to geneticist Charlie Lee of the Jackson Laboratory for Genomic Medicine in Connecticut, the odds of the DNA belonging to Da Vinci are about the same as a coin toss. 50-50, kid.
Right.
Throw it up. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
If Leonardo's genetic material could be definitely obtained, it would provide new insights into his abilities while also helping to authenticate some of his other works. So in other words, if there's DNA on these other works, we could say, you know what? That is an authentic Da Vinci. That one isn't.
Mm-hmm.
That could give it more intrinsic value and could send him sky high.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough. I don't know what that has to do with the price of tea in China, but hey,
Mm-hmm.
it's something, right?
Right.
I just find stuff like that interesting at 4 a.m. after I've fed the little bunny outside. That's
Right.
freezing to death and looking for foxes.
Sorry, I put that into your head.
No,
The fox thing.
I'm scared to death. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. I'm just giving you a little bit of crap. All right. Finally, before we get to our palate cleanser today, Mel, speaking of cold and little bunnies freezing out there looking for foxes, is it really true that simply being out in cold weather can make you sick?
Well,
I'll have you
I
take
don't
a
know.
shot at this before I read the story.
If being in cold weather can make you sick?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, they used to put TB patients out in the cold thinking it would heal them.
So
But
deep.
then they always say you could catch your cold if you're out in the cold. You know what? I'm going to say it's actually good for you because think about I'm going to say it's good for you.
You say it's good for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thinking about the polar plunges and stuff.
Now, there's adults that tell children that it's bad for you, and adults in countries around the world may think it is, but is there actually any truth for it? Many people, and this is according to an article written by Manal Muhammad, many people across cultures grow up hearing that cold weather makes you sick. Going outside without a coat, breathing in cold air, sleeping in a chilly room, which, by the way, I do sleep in a chilly room. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Sleeping in a chilly room is supposed to extend your life. It's supposed to lowering your body temperature. Actually, is supposed to extend your life cycle. I don't know if you know that or not.
I actually heard that.
Yeah. Getting caught in cold rain or snow or simply feeling chilled are often blamed for causing colds and flu. This belief feels true to many people because illness often follows cold exposure. However, modern research shows that the connection between cold weather and illness is more nuanced than the idea than cold directly causing disease. Cold temperatures themselves do not cause infections. Instead, they influence a combination of biological, environmental, and social factors that make people more vulnerable to respiratory illnesses, especially during the winter months. Colds and flu are caused by viruses, not by cold air. Viruses such as rhinoviruses, which cause the common cold, and influenza viruses spread from person to person through respiratory droplets or physical contact, regardless of the temperature outside. That said, rates of respiratory infections consistently increase during colder seasons in many parts of the world, a pattern that has been observed globally. The seasonal pattern is partly due to the way that cold temperatures and low humidity affect viruses in the environment. Research shows that many respiratory viruses, including influenza viruses and coronaviruses, survive longer and remain infectious for extended periods in cold, dry conditions. In other words, it's drier, so these viruses can live longer and travel farther,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Dry air also causes tiny droplets released when people breathe, talk, cough, or sneeze to evaporate quickly. This creates smaller particles that stay suspended in the air longer, increasing the chance that others will inhale them. As a result, cold, dry air helps viruses persist in the environment and improves their chances of reaching another person's respiratory system. That's why people get sicker faster.
Gotcha.
Cold air also affects how the body defends itself against infection. Breathing in cold air allows the temperature inside the nose and airways, which can trigger vasoconstriction. Vasoconstriction means the narrowing of blood vessels, which reduces blood flow to tissues. In the lining of the nose and airway, this reduced blood flow can weaken local immune responses that normally help detect and eliminate viruses before they cause infection. Cold exposure and cold-related stress can also interfere with the normal function of the airways, particularly in people with sensitive respiratory systems. Together, these effects can suppress the body's first line of defense with the nose and throat. Cold air does not create viruses, but it can make it easier for viruses to gain a foothold once exposure occurs. So there's that.
Mm-hmm.
Seasonal changes in human behaviors and indoor environments also play a major role. Cold weather encourages people to spend more time indoors, often in close contact with others. Crowded spaces with poor ventilation allows virus-containing droplets to build up in the air, making transmission between people more likely. During winter, reduced sunlight exposure leads to lower production of vitamin D in the skin. Vitamin D is involved in regulating immune function, and lower levels are associated with weaker immune responses. Indoor heating, while essential for comfort, dries out that air. That's why we put water on the stove and keep it nice and moist inside. That's why this kid personally takes 10,000 IU of vitamin D every day. Well, besides for the Charcot foot, but I also take plenty of vitamin D every day. Dry air can dry the lining of the nose and throat, reducing the effectiveness of mucus. Mucus normally traps viruses and helps move them out of the airways, a process known as mucociliary, something like that, clearance. I'll get it right someday. I'm not a doctor. When this system is impaired, viruses have an easier time infecting cells. So cold weather can be especially challenging for people with existing respiratory conditions, as we know, such as asthma or allergic rhinitis, which is commonly known as hay fever. Epidemiologic studies, research that examines patterns of disease in populations, show that cold conditions can worsen symptoms and increase functional impairment in these people, and that can intensify the effect of respiratory infections when they occur. So you're getting the idea that cold will shrink the bronchial tubes.
Mm-hmm.
It'll hurt you in that way. Dry air makes the viruses more transmittable. Got to keep things moist. Got to keep that vitamin D intake up. You do that, you'll be all right.
Gotcha.
There you go. All right. Your little hint in these days that things are going around. By the way, pneumonia is going around.
That's what I heard.
Yeah. Not only is flu season in full effect, but pneumonia is going around. Mm-hmm. As we've been sitting here taping, my mother right now is in the ER. So.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And yeah, she's being looked at for pneumonia. So, yeah, it's not anything to fool around with, but
right.
This strain of flu is causing pneumonia. So it's a dangerous thing. So make sure you keep your houses well humidified, and make sure that you've got your vitamin D intake up, especially if you're in a northern state. That's been really cold lately. It's been really cold this week. So make sure that you're and make sure you wash your hands. Mm-hmm. Sure, you're constantly washing your hands. All right. Palate cleanser.
Okay.
I promised you a palate cleanser, although this one is going to involve a bit of a dirty mind. So bear with me. Are you ready for this, Mel?
Yep.
Archaeologists in Sicily discover an ancient stylus with an erection. Yes, that kind of erection. Mm-hmm. I will show you a picture here, Mallie. Here we go.
Oh, thanks.
Because I know you've been clamoring for it. Here it is if you're watching on the video.
Okie dokie.
That's how they get down in Italy. Uh,
Gotcha.
if you'll notice, he doesn't have much to brag about.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I mean, I won't hold it up in front of you for too long there, Mallie. If
Right.
you do, our HR department will call me.
Uh-huh.
I mean, he's got a little bit to brag about,
Right.
but it wasn't,
Right. I like how a lot of stuff is like worn away, except for that area.
mm-hmm. Yeah, they didn't, it looks like it could be like a handle for a draft beer. You could go up to it and pull a draft.
It's a tap.
Yeah, it's a tap. Yeah, exactly. The over 2,400-year-old ceramist stylus likely featured Dionysus and his other bits. Little Dionysus, I think is what they call it. Yeah. Little Dion.
Little D.
Little D. Yes. See, little D and big D. Right.
Yep.
From museum shops to souvenir stores, it's not hard to find pencils and pens decorated with just about anything these days. In Sicily, however, archaeologists have uncovered an ancient instrument. That's what she said. Embellished with something unusual, to say the least. That is, by most standards, you could probably find something like this in Provincetown. During archaeological excavations in Gela, southern Sicily, experts uncovered an extremely rare ceramist's stylus, which is a tool for marking and writing. The artifact is just over 5 inches long, made of bone, I bet it is, and adorned with an outstanding precision that doesn't spare its most striking feature, which is an extremely erect penis. Here's what the stylus, Mallie, looks like.
Uh-huh.
This is it, the entire 5 inches right there.
Oh, okay.
Try not to be impressed.
Oh my gosh, sounds like your camera zoomed in.
Did it? It was like, no,
Yeah, but
put the entire 5 inches in there is what the camera said. It was
well,
like,
you just put down your
and then it went,
yeah, but then it like zoomed in.
Zoomed in. It was like, no,
Yeah.
let's don't pull it away from me. So it's all at 5 inches.
Mm-hmm.
The article says, are you ready for this? This is
Yeah.
how clever the author of the article is.
Uh-huh.
They say, I guess that makes it a bone with a boner.
Oh my gosh, are you serious? It says that?
I didn't write it.
Surprised.
Wrote it, so.
That's something you would say, though.
That is something I'd say.
Yeah.
Once again, Francesco Paolo Scarpinato, who is the counselor for cultural heritage and Sicilian identity, said in a statement by the Sicilian region, Gela is turning important pieces of history that contribute to enhancing the culture of a region that played a central role in ancient times and which, thanks to the presence of so many archaeological sites, can truly grow and become a point of reference for the sector. The stylus, discovered whole, it's a good thing nobody broke off his stylus, if you know what I mean, features the head of a man and an erect phallus. The statement reports the male head to likely be a herm of Dionysus, the Greco-Roman deity of ecstasy and wine, among other things. A herm is a square column, usually with male genitals and the god Hermes bust. So they felt the need to put Hermes and Dionysus together. The stylus dates back to the 5th century BCE, according to its extraordinary refined workmanship. The stylus is truly unique in the archaeological landscape of the time, said Daniela Vullo, who is superintendent of cultural heritage in Sicily, probably used as an offering to the gods. Its distinctive features means it deserves to be exhibited and returned to public view, because when you got a stylus like that, by God, show it off. The Superintendency of Caltanissetta organized the archaeological excavations in association with the construction of a new building. The archaeological work also enabled researchers to identify a large Hellenistic quarter founded in 689 BC by people from Crete and Rhodes. Gela was, in fact, a Greek colony. The city thrived under the tyrant Hippocrates of Gela. I know Hippocrates, not Hippocrates. So there's Socrates and Hippocrates.
Uh-huh.
Remember Bill and Ted?
Yep.
Hippocrates. So great. I love that movie. Hippocrates, a gala at the beginning of the 5th century, and the Carthaginians, really? Erected at the end of the same century. I didn't think they was evil people. If you ever walk through a museum of ancient history, you'll know that nudity is far from uncommon in Greco-Roman art. So don't be offended, kids. Mm-hmm. Still, imagine making eye contact with a very excited Dionysus every time you pick up your stylus to get some work done in your ceramic shop. And he is standing at attention.
Yes.
And he's like, hello. Call me Dionysus.
Uh-huh.
So
I'm here.
I'm here. What is your pleasure? Says Jesus. That is your palate cleanser for today. With that, what do we got going on in the world of Mallie this week?
Oh, you know what? I just started a series, a documentary on Hulu. It's, what is it called? Demons and Saviors?
Okay.
It's about a woman. Okay, so this guy, I won't give like all the details, but this guy who's an artist, he was doing this exhibit on women in prison. And he focuses on this lady, on why she would kill her 3-year-old. But it turns out that this woman was famous in the 80s because she had a poltergeist in her house, and she became like really well known. And I actually remember her because I remember the photo of her in a chair with a phone going across her lap. And even like a parapsychologist, he was living with her because he was studying the stuff going on. And then even what is his name? Randy, John, was it John Randy?
James Randy?
James Randy. He got involved because he was saying it was fake, and newspapers and like all these people were involved. So yeah, so that's what I'm watching.
By the way, the show that Mallie is talking about, Demons and Saviors, is available right now on Disney Plus and Hulu.
Yeah. So I just started it. I'm towards the end of the first episode. But yeah, because the girl, she's her parents were like super strict. She's adopted, but it looks like maybe her mother, because she's finding her real family, looks like her mother had special powers too. Well, I mean, it's not powers, but you know what I mean. Like, was it telekinesis? Yeah. But yeah. So that's what I'm watching right now.
Wow.
Yeah. Looks good.
Yeah. I have to check it out.
Yeah. But I mean, but I remember the story. She grew up in Ohio, but I remember the story. It was like 1984 that this was happening.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Interesting stuff. So, yeah. All right. Well, there's Mallie's recommendation for this week, Demons and Saviors. Again, you can check it out on Disney Plus and Hulu. Mm-hmm. Interesting. All right. So tomorrow on the show, we got a little bit of a surprise for you. I won't spoil it until tomorrow. You can tune in and check it out.
Oh.
Yeah. Paranormal potpourri.
Potpourri.
Yeah, we'll just call it a little bit of a surprise until tomorrow. Again, folks, I'll remind you, the Darkness Radio Apple app. Make sure you have your iOS updated, and make sure that you have the app updated as well, as most iPhones now are flipping over to 26.2, I believe, iOS 26.2. So make sure that you have the Apple app updated and ready to go. If you are listening to the show on audio and you're not watching the video, by all means, either go to YouTube, the original Darkness Radio, and like and subscribe, and make sure that you are involved in our video verse. And watch this video. You can see both of our smiling faces, and watch us on video. Look on that. Watch us on video. Yeah, we'd love to have you aboard there. So make sure you like and subscribe. We're growing every day over there. And of course, we've got some neat little goodies over there as well. Speaking of neat little goodies, I'll mention one more time. Go over to darknessradioshow.com and get some swag, get some cool swag. New Darkness Radio Show items, hoodies, t-shirts, True Crime Tuesday hoodies and t-shirts. There are mugs over there now. And of course, the Darkness Radio rocks glass. Enjoy your cocktail in a Darkness Radio rocks glass that says, "Life is short." I'll drink to that.
I like that.
Yeah, so take advantage of that. That's all over at darknessradioshow.com in the shop. So there you go. All right, we're going to head on out of here, Mel. That's what we're doing.
Nice.
All right. For Mallie Fox, I'm Tim Dennis. We'll see you tomorrow right here on the best in paranormal podcasting. This is Darkness Radio.
For more audio and video archives of the show, intriguing content, fun events, and cool swag, check out darknessradioshow.com. The executive producer of Darkness Radio is Troy Palmer. If you enjoyed today's show, make sure you like and subscribe. This videocast is copyrighted for the private use of our audience. Any other use of the videocast, including video, audio, descriptions, or accounts of the show, is prohibited without the consent of Darkness Radio Management. Thank you for watching. And be sure to join us tomorrow for the adventures of Papa and me, The Secret Life of Jade and Her Alien Friends, with Jade Astra.